throwing stools all over the place. I'm going to leave. Thanks. That's nice.
Hello, good afternoon. Actually, it's not afternoon, evening. It could be afternoon, depending on how you're listening to this. If you're listening to this now,
no, you
shut
can't,
up,
you can't
shut up,
that.
Finn. Shut up, Finn. Because this is very relevant. This is very relevant. It could be afternoon. It could be morning. It could be night. It could be evening. It could be very early morning. I don't know. But either way, we are streaming this live. Welcome to the Underqualified Podcast. This is episode number 25. It is July 1st, 2021. Currently 9:35 Central Daylight Time. I believe it's Daylight Time. Daylight Time and Standard Time still kind of mix me up a bit. But the reason I say good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever, is because along with doing some house cleaning here, along with Finn, you're gonna make me ruin this. We are now available on major podcast streaming listening platforms. So Spotify and Google Podcasts. I think Amazon. I think we're on Amazon too. I think I saw that we were on Amazon also. So the major platforms we are on. So if you are interested, you can listen to that basically anytime you want and without videos, unlike the YouTube videos. We still upload our archives to YouTube, but along with that, we will have the more accessible Spotify. I'm going to just call it Spotify because Spotify is like the major place that people go for podcasts, I'm pretty sure.
Everywhere except for Apple Podcasts.
Are we on Podcast One? I only remember Podcast One for the Dan Patrick Show that used to be before they moved over to Peacock.
I just went through everything and was submitting us.
Finn was the one who set this up because he's our social media manager, so he's the one responsible. If you have any questions about it, you can contact him on Twitter at Skidap. You can DM him. I'm pretty sure. Actually, I don't know. Are your DMs open? I have no
My
clue.
DMs are not open. Well, you can DM me, but you're not guaranteed a response back. It's
see. Finn is becoming a big time celebrity now. So his DMs are kind of close. My DMs are irrelevant, so I'm not even going to mention it. If you really want to know my Twitter handle, you can watch this video on YouTube or anything. Hi, welcome in, XC Girl. Hey, XC Girl, if you just missed it, I wanted to reiterate that we are now on along with uploading our videos, our past streams to YouTube, you can now find our archives on major podcast streaming platforms, so such as Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Amazon Podcasts, or Amazon Audible. I don't know if it's Amazon Audible or Amazon Podcast.
It's Amazon Music.
Amazon Music. Okay, thank you, Finn. Finn is the one who set it up. He's our social media manager. He handles all the back end stuff with that. Oh my goodness. Austin J. Roberts decided to stop by. Welcome in. Fresh graduate of the University of Iowa. Yes, welcome in, everybody. Thank you for tuning in live. And if you are listening to this on those major platforms, or if you're watching this on YouTube, tune in to twitch.tv/crunchbar33 to actually interact with us live. We have a live stream chat that we pay attention to, and we do acknowledge, and we love you guys. So if you find yourself listening to this while you're making breakfast in the morning for your kids or whatever, or if you don't have kids for your wife, or you don't have a wife and you're lonely, I'm sorry, but if you're just taking a dump on the toilet, you're like, man, it seems like I have a lot of questions for these guys, but I wish I could ask them live. You can just follow us on twitch.tv/crunchbar33, and we usually go live every 9:30 Actually, it would be 10:30 Eastern. I'm going to do Eastern time, 10:30 Eastern time on Thursday nights. We usually do. But again, you can follow the actual official podcast Twitter it's on Twitter at @underqualified. So it's underqualified, but with an extra U at the beginning. That's one place to go. Another place to do it would be our social media manager, Finn at Skeedap, at SKEEDAP. He usually tweets about this stuff because he actually knows Twitter and I don't. I don't know how to Twitter. I'm still not.
I got lucky and I got followed by a big Iowa account named Hawkeye Austin 69, and now I have literally 1/10 of his followers.
Well, here's the thing, though. We still have to mention Austin J. Roberts, AJ Roberts 69, nice in chat. I saw today he's followed by some pretty relevant people. I've noticed.
Mm-hmm.
So
Jordan Bohannon followed him after the whole debacle. It was Bohannon's way of apologizing. What else? Austin Ash decided to follow him today. Hey, Austin, question for you in the chat. Does Keith Duncan follow you on Twitter?
Jarlar, welcome in. If you've missed it, I've just summarized some housekeeping, basically, that we are available on major podcast streaming forms now as an archive.
I was going to say, if Keith didn't follow you, Austin, he follows Jason.
I want to talk.
Which is so funny to me.
Does he not follow you? Does he not?
No, he doesn't.
Why did he follow
you know
me?
how I got Dr. Sai to follow me? By making a tweet kissing his ass.
I know.
I love Dr. Sai. Dr. Sai is incredible.
I still find it so funny how salty you were when you found out that Dr. Jordan Sai, DPT, he followed me. And I remember it was like, I think it was before we did a show. You're like, Dr. Sai follows you? Like, he follows you and not me? And then that's when you made that tweet. And then after the show, I'm pretty sure he followed you because he's over on the he's over on the Western time zone. So he's actually, when we actually get done, it's still somewhat early-ish. Early for a college student, but like basically people that have a job and work and have a career are probably going to bed at the time we end, which is like 10 o'clock. So.
Now, for reference, I love Dr. Sai. We did an episode with him a few months back. It's on our YouTube channel. And boy, oh boy, did I love that episode. It's so good just talking with him.
It's so
good. It was so good.
I feel like that episode, we have a bunch of really good episodes from season 1 and 2. This is summer season 2, and I call it season 2.5 because it's not really a full dedicated season. But there are some episodes from the past that I would like to put up on the. They're already on YouTube, but I want to make them more accessible to people that aren't aware of what we do on YouTube or Twitch. We got to branch out. This is why we have Finn. He knows social media branching. He knows social media and marketing basically, even though he doesn't have a degree in social media marketing. He just knows it. I need to put those episodes up there because they are really good episodes. And Dr. Sai is one of my favorite episodes also. But here's the thing: he interacts with you more on Twitter than me. So, I mean,
he does, but I think that's because I go out of my way to interact with him, and I show up on his timeline more.
So, what you're saying is that you are fake?
No,
is that what you're saying?
No, the biggest thing is I know for a fact that I will go out of my way to interact with him because I'll see him tweet something and I'm all like, hey, I could have input on this, And I know for a fact that that's going to put me on his timeline more. The more someone interacts with you or you interact with them, literally it's a two-way street.
Yeah. You'll
see them on your timeline more.
It's why I see you a lot on my timeline because you tag me a lot or I interact with your tweets a lot. So that's why. Also, I follow I follow 112 people or something like that. But really, it's only you and the admittedly, I get a lot of Iowa Hawkeyes Twitter on my feed, even though I don't really follow many of them. And I still hate, I don't know if you get it, but I get these notifications constantly, almost daily, about try following whatever or whatever like that. Or try following these topics. I don't know. I've turned off those notifications, but I still get them. I don't know why. Twitter.com, please fix your shit. I
don't get those.
But I've gotten topics we think you might like. It's like Iowa Hawkeyes. I've gotten that twice. I've gotten Jordan Bohannon 3 times.
That's a topic. Why is he a topic? Nobody was talking about him before he announced that he was selling shirts.
I've gotten Rob Sand, the state auditor of Iowa, like
follows
8 times. I don't know why I'm getting all of these recommendations, but XE girl. No, she did it wrong. I'm not. And who wants to see cake in cargo shorts? Come on, really? Who wants to see cake in cargo shorts? Maybe I might contemplate it, but again, for those that may be listening on Spotify or all those other just listening without video, watch the YouTube video or join in live. You'll understand and you can see our reactions and actually what cake means. Also, one final thing for house cleaning here. I don't know housekeeping. I don't know housekeeping. I don't know what the correct terminology is. I'm not an English major. I'm sorry. But I've added or updated the new stream chat on screen. This is the first episode we're doing that. Let me know. I would like chat to inform me. Can you see it well? Do you like the old version better, or do you like this new version? I'm using an actual Twitch chat. Like, this is the actual chat that shows up on screen, rather than like a third-party thing. God damn it, she really did do that. And that's the thing here. I like with this. What I do like about this one is that it actually shows the commands and like shows the response to the commands. So there's that. But I don't know. Let me know. I would like to know just how it is, and I'll take a look at this later on too to see how it actually interacted. But I guess I might as well get this out of the way before we start today's show. Exigirl, you wanted it. You really want some green cake in some cargo shorts. Really, you are tempted to have some. I mean, what the hell? Really? Come on, really. All right. Now that's out of the way. Addressing today's intro, I should have apologized at the beginning. Because I'm seriously. I'm. If you were here for the intro, I am deeply sorry that you had to hear the biceps comedian, because I'm pretty sure that's all we wanted to forget. But it's relevant to today's topic. Finn texted me a couple of days ago, I believe it was, and he said, alpha males. It was just one text, alpha males. That's all it was. And then he proceeded with a lot of a number of texts afterwards saying, I've been listening to, and then I kind of just like, he said alpha males. I don't want to. We'll address it on Thursday. We'll just address it on Thursday. So Finn, what exactly? Why? Can I just ask why?
I went down such a rabbit hole of alpha males and pickup artists, and I get it now. I get it now.
What? You get what? Please don't tell me you're going to say you get alpha males.
I get now.
If you do, I might have to mute you and kick you and just end the stream.
I genuinely understand now why there are so many young men that are just so absolutely inept at not even just talking to women, but just talking to people. Because these people have audiences. Like, they have audiences, man. And it's crazy to me that they do. Like, okay, so for those of you that don't know about the YouTube commentary comedian Curtis Connor, he's amazing. He got really big because of a video called Country Boys of TikTok and Country Girls of TikTok, those two. And like, it just spiraled from there. He went on tour with Drew Gooden and Danny Gonzalez, 2 other really big commentary YouTubers.
How do you go on tour? Hold on. How do you go on tour as a content creator?
Comedy tour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're all comedian.
Are they actually comedians though? I don't know. I've never heard of these.
Yeah, they're actually comedians.
Like, are they actually funny?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so, especially.
Like technically, Bill Cosby is a comedian, but I really don't find him funny anymore.
Bill Cosby never really was funny. The pudding and shut up, dude.
We'll address that later.
But like, so he's made a couple of different videos about either pickup artists or like alpha males type, And like, there's nothing wrong with things like teaching men's fashion or Alpha M. Like those ones are mostly okay.
Is Alpha M? Are you just shortening to Alpha? Is that just or is it an actual?
It's the channel name.
Oh.
It's an actual channel name.
It's a
And, like,
joke.
it's a
It's a joke name,
brand.
right? Kind of like our joke name.
No, but he doesn't teach like toxic masculinity. His biggest thing is like, oh, you want to get more girls? Be confident and be yourself and be confident in yourself. It's like, oh yeah, that works. That does work. You know, if you're just unapologetically you and you're just confident in it, eventually you'll get girls. Happens.
What I would like
You know-
to know is because we actually do have a female in our chat. I really just said a female.
We've got a whammon in our chat.
I respect whammon. I'm drinking water. I got my respect whammon juice with me, so I need to make that a command. I would like to know really, like, obviously it's true. Obviously it's true. Like, women are interested in people that are confident, but I also wonder, is there like something in the back of girls' minds also that are like somebody that isn't confident or somebody that's reserved? Like, is there like something in the back of them was like, I'm interested. I want to know more because, like, I feel like I want to get something out of you. I wonder if there's anything like that.
To get something out of you, like your wallet or social security number.
Okay, let's not do that now. I mean, it may or may not be true, but like,
you know what makes an alpha male? Any man that gives me his social security number, credit card number, including the 3 digits on the back.
don't forget the card on the card holder name and the expiration date.
Like, yeah, he teaches that stuff, how to dress, how to get from boyfriend and give it to you.
You heard it live. We're getting a credit card number live on stream. I don't know, maybe live or maybe later on,
but like, you know, the stuff that he teaches at the end of the day is harmless. Yeah, he promotes some products that it's like, yeah, a $200 jump rope. Why? I can go buy one for $5 at Walmart and it'll do the job just fine. Oh, but this one's weighted. Are normal jump ropes weightless? Are they like, are you trying to jump rope and it's just floating up there? Like, oh, damn it, not again.
dude, I actually really don't know. You're the fitness expert here. You study this sports science, right? You studied?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I don't know. Maybe there.
You can go to Walmart, right?
Yeah.
Just get any cheap jump rope. You'll be just fine.
Welcome in, AJ. Glad to have you here.
What's your robot name? Solve using 16 digits of your parents' credit card plus date at bottom plus 3 numbers on back.
Don't forget the card holder name and the expiration date. Don't forget that.
Don't always need that online anymore.
Really, I haven't encountered a situation where that. I mean, every time I've had you do online payment, it's always like, what's the expiration date? What's the card holder name? It's all I need everything. I need basically the entire card.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't require it. Especially if you're ordering over the phone.
That's true. That is true over the phone. But
over the phone, they just assume it's under your name.
How many people actually order stuff over the phone though? I think it's more just like older people that are used to using checks and paying bills over the phone that do it.
I do when I have to order things wholesale. I'll typically order over the phone.
You're right. You're right.
Get in what I need.
I've forgotten about the business owners. How can I forget about the business owners? Probably because I don't own a business. But
or like if I'm ordering something that needs special freight requirements, like if you'll never order landscape edging in your life, but like it requires an entire truck just for it because it's so stupidly long. It's 20 feet a piece.
That sounds like that might have been very useful during the after cleanup of the derecho.
And you'll get 100 feet per like.
Oh man! We get the double dose of cake today. We are getting a double dose of cake today. He's wearing black, so it's hard to see. But
I got away with it. But also, for those of you that aren't watching on YouTube or Twitch, I'm wearing a fantastic Canadian Wangu jersey with an Iowa Tiger Hawk on the collar.
Finn's over here having an identity crisis. He doesn't know what fan base he's a part of now.
It's so good. Best jersey ever. Kene Nwangu, my man. My hero. But anyway, back to alpha males. It's crazy. It's crazy to me to think that like there are people that exist, right? That genuinely think that people are like that an entire sex is hardwired to think one way.
I feel like that's actually very common in both. I mean, I'm gonna deviate from what is actually politically correct. I'm gonna stay binary here. You know, male, female. I feel like it's very common on both sides. Like I actually just read something, and I don't know how true this is. You just have to. It's the source is really you just have to say trust me. That's the source. I read it on Reddit. Wow, I said I read it on Reddit. Over on the Iowa State Reddit, there was a. Do you know where the University Village is? Those.
Yeah.
I read on the Reddit that. God, I said it again. That there was somebody that was leaving trash just like outside of the dumpster. Not in the dumpster. They were just leaving it on the side. Like didn't have to go very far to from what I'm understanding from it. They didn't have to go very far for it. And I guess they were an idiot and left their address on their trash. Amazon boxes and stuff like that. And so the person that found the stuff confronted the person. And apparently this person lashed out. And so the person that found the trash was like, well, why can't you just go take the 5 feet, just walk the 5 feet and put it in the garbage? This person said, because I'm too pretty for that. So there's the female end of it. There's the female end of it. Again, this is all hearsay. I have no idea if this has actually happened, but this is just,
Oh, that wouldn't shock me at all. Iowa State tends to get the most privileged of privileges. Tell you what, man.
Hey, Drake is 45 minutes away, so you forgot.
Oh, no, that's fair. That's fair, yeah. You're right. By the way, I'm now the only person in Iowa who still wears a mask. So AJ, who's currently in our chat, folks, our good friend, Private First Class, Andrew Corver, is currently stationed down in Hawaii. And he lives in Iowa, got to come back for a little bit, and he still wears a mask, he says. Huh, man, what a bitch.
Hey, you have to wear a mask on the bus because they are required by any transportation, public transportation is national governing body. I was going to say the FAA, but buses don't fly, not yet. But, something like that. Masks are required on aircraft, masks are required on buses, so like, I wear a mask too. I'm still a little bit confused because I spent about three and a half weeks in Illinois. So I mean, I wore the bus. You would have worn a mask on the bus before COVID. Interesting take.
Dude, by the way, the buses are nasty.
Hey, Psy rides are really clean though. Psy rides are the cleanest buses that I have ever seen. You have to, if you've ever, I don't know if you ever took a Psy ride.
It is better than the Iowa City buses. I will say that.
The Cam bus. I'm sorry, we are insulting AJ over here. If he's still here, with his Cam buses. Don't worry, I have friends over at Iowa too, so I've seen it. Corver, if you are, I don't know, you need to message me how long you're in Iowa. Actually, you don't have to, but I would like to know how long you're in Iowa, just because I would really like to know. I would really like to be able to meet up sometime because I am also in Iowa. As every time we stream, the left hand side of your screen, this set is in Iowa. The right hand side of your set is in Nebraska. So, through July 18th. So okay, plenty of time to meet up.
But like these people that say that they're red pilled, right? They say that the left and social justice warriors are against them. I'm neither on the left.
The alphas? Sorry, the alphas.
The ones that have been red pilled.
Oh, okay.
Get it? Because they're not on the left.
Oh, I was thinking, Matrix. See the
that's where it comes from.
I still don't understand this term, the woke culture. I still don't understand it. So
I get it. It's basically people that act like things are a problem when they shouldn't be. It's like that guy on TikTok that's like, more things that need to be canceled. Crayons, because they separate things by color, and that's a racism.
I know there was it Tucker Carlson recently? I think that's the most recent example I know of him or hearing the term woke. I think, or it was either him or the general.
Yeah, it was probably Sean Hannity.
No. It was definitely Tucker Carlson making commentary on a decorated U.S. general, and I think he basically called the U.S. general a piece of shit. I don't remember what. I don't remember exact words, so that's what I'm saying basically. So don't quote me on that. But there's
I remember that because he was. I'm pretty sure that was the general that was pining for maternity leave.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't know the context of this, but it was that clip that I heard the term woke.
I think that it has to do with maternity leave.
I don't remember if
the
general, the military general, said the term woke, or if Tucker Carlson was the one who said woke.
The liberals want to take your penis. Hey man, they can have it. It's not like I use it.
Off topic here, real quick. I still think it's kind of funny how, even to this day, I live. I'm in central Iowa. I'm in central Iowa right now, and I have. Okay. Let me read this first because it actually gives more context to what I was just talking about. So, Corver in chat says, quote here is more like a pussy, to be honest. But I can't remember the exact quote. Basically, being a dick to a 4-star general. The general wanted more instruction on racial history. End quote. So that's the more context to that not Sean Hannity, the Tucker Carlson situation. It was Tucker Carlson. I do remember that for sure.
It wouldn't shock me. Tucker Carlson picks fights all the time.
Is he like Crowder? Is his name whatever his name is Crowder?
Oh, Steven Crowder? No, not quite, because nobody actually pays attention to the opinion of Tucker Carlson. That general was, I think, more so looking to use that clout that Carlson has with the right side and use it to kind of push harder against essentially everything that Carlson doesn't want, solely because this general does want it. Which makes sense. It's a genius move. It's the way to do it.
Advertising. Hey.
Mm-hmm.
But my back to my off topic real quickly was it's still astonishing to me that we are just now in July. By the way, July 1st, happy Canada Day, happy Bobby Bonilla Day to everybody. And there's
also happy Arteezy Day to my Dota fans out there. Whoop, whoop.
So that's something Dr. Sai would probably have to look into.
Carry player for Evil Geniuses, Artur Babev.
But it's July, it's almost 7, or it is what? Let me quick math here. 8 months. It's almost 8 months after the election. And Central Iowa is still getting political ads. It's still getting political ads like call your representative, and they always what I hate them. I try to be as central as possible. I try to be in the middle. Try to be as moderate. Because if you're far one way on the political spectrum, you lose rationality. That's my opinion. So I try to be in the center and try to understand all sides of every argument. But what I don't like is how conservatives use the term liberal as an insult, and every time they say in any argument or in a political ad, it's always, their liberal agenda. It's always the emphasis of everything. Hey, take care, Corver. Thanks for stopping by. Actually, you can catch us on Spotify too if you want to check it out. If you just want to listen to it while you're working out or whatever like that. You can listen on the go, or if you actually want to fully watch it, you can watch it on YouTube too. But yeah, Spotify doesn't show the cake, so. But that's my gripe about it. I don't know. Liberal is just seriously, why are we trying to use that as an insult? I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't understand the thought process behind it.
I think it's funnier when they say the left, right? The left wants to do this, the left wants to do that. And alphas tend to use that and the term SJWs a lot. A lot. So they believe. So let's talk about the most problematic ones that I found, and I found them because of a Curtis Connor video. But these guys are called Fresh and Fit. You can find them on YouTube if you really want to.
I've actually, you may have talked about this on one of our fitness episodes.
But Fresh and Fit, really not good dudes. And their biggest thing is they're like, we hold everybody accountable, women and men. Okay, how do you hold them accountable? Here's some quotes from TikToks that got them banned off of TikTok. You know, before they just made another account and came back, which is ban evasion.
TikTok.
So they were like, what do you do if you're talking to a woman and she decides that she wants to put a rain check on your date? Well, what would you do, Jason?
This has actually happened to me before, so I would just be like, all right, I'm pretty understanding, you know, hey, things pop up all the time. People are busy and stuff like that. It sucks. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it does suck, but is there any reason to really go out and like go Hulk smash on everything? No, it's just, you know, hey, another time.
He says, oh, hello, my girlfriend's in chat.
Welcome,
hello, dear, how are you? He says, here's what you need to tell her. All right. Tell her, hey, sorry, but I don't really like flaky girls. If we do end up going out, you're buying. Like, first of all, okay, it's common courtesy for the people that postponed to buy next. Like, that's just like social norms.
That I was unaware of. I still live under the impression that since I'm the guy, I have to pay for everything. I don't do it out of like, oh, because I have to. It's more just like it feels like the right thing for me to do. It's just a personal preference.
It's, you know, it's really not fair in a true relationship. Now, for the first maybe like 3-4 times, sure, yeah, you know, like, because it's kind of common courtesy for the guy to be the one that kind of initiates that kind of thing.
Then again, you're also
a relationship.
You're also talking to a guy who bought an airplane ticket to fly their girlfriend at the time to a wedding and also sent them on a trip somewhere.
It's true.
I am not a simp. I swear I am not a simp.
But yeah, like my girlfriend said, you know, if she buys the tickets to the movie, I'll buy the snacks. She always buys the cheaper thing. That way I can buy the more expensive thing because she's a goof. Anyway. I love you, dear.
We really just heard that.
I'm broke, yeah. But the thing about it is, like, he's being a dick. Why be a dick about it, dude? Like, there's no reason to. He's all like, oh, well, you know, we hold everybody accountable, even women. That's not holding somebody accountable.
That isn't holding somebody accountable.
That's just
sorry to interrupt.
No, you're right. It's just being a dick.
That is, I fail to see how that is holding somebody accountable. That's not holding somebody accountable. That's just being petty. Like,
kind of, yeah.
It sounds like not attachment issues, but some sort of other issues. Like, okay, hey, rain check this one. It's one time, time, and you know maybe there's a history. There, you know. That's why you need to talk to people and understand where they come from, because you never really know what somebody's been through.
I think the absolute worst part, and no, you're completely right, but we'll kind of circle back to that a little bit, you know, when we talk about their podcast.
For the record, I can claim for myself that I am not an alpha male because I am not confident. I'm basically the person that gets stepped on. So, and alpha males don't do that. No, look, you see these biceps? You think I can? I'm not going to reiterate. I am not going to reiterate that intro. There's no need to. But
they said straight up, and I quote: "You should not punish her bad behavior." Or you should not reward her bad behavior with positive reinforcement. Excuse me, buddy. That's how you describe a dog that just pissed on your carpet.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong, but he's not wrong either, because there's a fine line between being understanding and being enabling.
like I do believe that you should hold somebody accountable, right?
But that
This
situation,
person's consistently rain checking.
that's just okay. That's the thing. If they're consistently rain checking, that's when you address it. That's when you go that route. But if it's just one time, especially given the context that you explained, it was about like the first date or something like that.
Yeah, there was no context, and that's the problem, right? So then they try and say something about that. The thing is, these guys aren't interested in being in long-term relationships. These kinds of guys are interested in getting with as many girls as they can because it boosts their confidence and being told, man, you're such a player by other dudes.
Sheedap's correct here in chat. She says if they're canceling a lot, then you have a conversation. You don't go, okay, but you're paying for the next one. She's right. I failed. Thank you for calling me out on that. I failed to address that part. Yeah, you really don't. That is one where you actually do have a conversation. You say, what's going on? Like, if you're like, are you just going to lead me on? Are you leading me on? Like, there's an actual in-depth conversation that needs to happen. And if there's, if the other party, it could be a guy, it could be a girl, it could be both males, it could be both females, it could be non-binary people. I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole of all the other human sexuality, genders, and everything like that. But the point being is that no matter who it is, like, you have to address it. And if they don't want to address it, that's where you cut the cut the rope. You're not hanging.
That's where you cut the umbilical cord.
You're not hanging somebody here. My God. That's where you go and just say, all right, no more of this. Don't stop wasting my time and all the other stuff. That's where you go for that. If they really don't want to have a conversation.
And it was brought up, and Curtis was the one that made this point, right? He was like, he did this little skit where he was like, yeah, so, hey, my grandma died, I have to do a rain check. It's like, well, sorry, I don't like flaky girls. Looks like you're buying drinks. It's like, okay.
This wasn't a joke, right?
No, this was a joke. All of this was a joke because extreme situations come up. You never know what's going on in someone's life, like you were saying earlier, right? And on their podcast, they did an episode where, first of all, they're never going to respond to us ever because we don't have the same clout that they do. So they're all like, oh yeah, we only respond to people that have clout, as they respond to some dude with 160 subscribers on YouTube.
Honestly, at that point, if they find this, I mean, hey, congrats. Congrats. You found this. And secondly, if you want to react to this, go ahead. I do not give two flying shit fucks. I really don't. Because, in my opinion, people are allowed to have an opinion and they're allowed to react. I'm not going to get mad if they react to this content or anything like that. I welcome it. I actively welcome it. If you have a problem with us, call us out. Please call us out, because if we aren't being called out, if we legitimately don't understand and don't really address it or like that, we need to be called out. Hold us
accountable. We
accountable.
are men. You say you hold men accountable. Hold us accountable.
Yeah.
So on their podcast, right? They were roasting him, calling him a beta male, saying that he is repulsive to the average straight woman because of the way he looks, yada yada yada, that he gives off too much feminine energy. It's like, man, they must have never seen any TikToks.
The way, if that was actually quoted like word for word, or actually the language that they were using,
it's the exact language they were using. It
reminds me of a video that I watched in my human sexuality class. Involuntarily, it was required because it was in lecture. It's this video on, by the way, we aren't entirely safe for work, so I want to say that now. So if you have children around, or if you have sensitive people around,
I think I marked this as explicit. So
please mute this. Please mute this now. And come back in like 2 minutes. So starting now, start a timer around 2 minutes right now. All right. So we watched this video called "How to Make a Girl Squirt," and there's the entire time it was this. Honestly, it sounded like some nerdy guy, and he was always saying, "You're a woman, you're a woman, you're a woman, your woman will feel like she needs to pee. This is when you got your woman at your like, this is disturbing. Like, why are we calling your woman? Like, this
yeah, that sounds weird.
So the way that the fact that they said, based off of what you said, it kind of sounds similar. Like they're not acknowledging that women are people and just more so objects. That's kind of what it sounded like when the language that you used.
Kind of, yeah. Women are a game to them. They think they want to try and crack the code. But
that's not fun.
Like Curtis brings up the whole, what if somebody's grandma died? And they were like, oh yeah, we get that question all the time. We're like, they will be tripping over themselves to make sure that they, how sorry they are. It's like, no, okay, look, when my coworker died and I called in that I couldn't work, my second job, I wasn't like tripping over myself to make sure that they knew why I wasn't coming in, that I was so sorry that I couldn't come in. I literally just said, hey, not really feeling up to working today. Sorry. I'll be able to work tomorrow. It was as simple as that. It's that kind of thing that if you think that you need to apologize profusely for having to cancel because of something that actually matters, the person that you're apologizing to, one, is probably going to get the impression of like, if they're that kind of guy, they're going to be all like, yeah, I've got them. But if they're a normal person, they're going to be like, why are you apologizing for your grandma dying? Did you kill her?
This brings up...
Is she stuck to the bottom of your car?
This actually does bring up some very... I just thought of something here. If people are going to be that way, if alphas are going to be that way, it's very traumatic for individuals that are around alphas, because then they get accustomed to this pattern of needing to justify every single little thing that happens or every single little thing that they do. That is completely
but they're not around for very long.
But it's still, it can damage some people. Mm-hmm. I've seen it happen to like actual like individuals. Like it takes a lot of like even some of these small, and it's not always the case, not always, but even sometimes, and just those small interactions can really damage somebody for long term. And it takes a lot of work to undo that damage. Sometimes it never gets undone, and that's the sad part about
it. It's sad. It's sad to think that there are guys that are so far gone, right? That they think that women can be boiled down to two things in a relationship. And that's what they think. They think that women can be boiled down to two things that they look for. And they don't look for them together. They look for a sense of security and safety financially so that they can live the life that they want. And they think that women are always looking for an alpha to dominate them in bed.
This isn't the 1940s.
Before that, even. It's not the
okay,
roaring
sorry,
20s.
My bad. It isn't 1600 England. Or sorry, France. I think France would be the more accurate thing.
It's like, do you really think that people are that simple?
There are.
People are that.
It's sad. There are, but like, unfortunately, I have to go this route because it's true. I have to go to a route. I don't really want to go this route, but I have to. Religious women. It's still
and that's
still
very
prevalent.
Unfortunate.
It's still prevalent with Catholic women that are like super
religious.
Actually, you know what? Caitlin Bennett is one of those people.
Oh, the shitter pants girl. Yes.
Yes.
Take it, girl. Come take it.
Come. Not she doesn't. Come and take it. I'm not going to address the other thing that you said, but
do it for state, baby.
I've seen actually some of her tweets, and she actively acknowledges and is one of those people that's like
a patriarchy, literally a patriarchy.
Yeah, she's like, I love. I can't remember the exact.
She was like, I love cooking. I love cooking for my husband in the kitchen because that's where a woman belongs.
Something along those lines. I don't know if she actually said those words,
it was like right along.
She might have actually said those words, but I remember reading something like that from her, and it was like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Well, part of the reason she's in the kitchen so much is because she had a failed career as a journalist for One America News Network. That was really funny.
I thought she was just a YouTuber, not like I didn't know she actually had some sort of job. I apologize.
Yeah, she tried working for One America, but
I apologize. You had to hear Finn burp right in the microphone. The microphone,
dude, it's ASMR, but like
Twitch.
realistic.
Don't ban us, please. Don't ban us, Twitch.
We're in the wrong category. Shit.
Hot tubs, pools, and others.
But like, it is genuinely sad that people think that people should be at least that simple, because people shouldn't be that simple. You should be looking for somebody who genuinely makes you happy in a relationship, or if you don't want a relationship and you would prefer to have, the ability to sleep around, go for it. Who cares?
A lot of people care, actually, Finn. A lot of people care.
I mean, have they not heard of doing whatever the fuck you want?
Be careful with your. I'm just being nitpicky here and pointing you out. Like, I understand. I do understand what you mean, but like, I'm just being nitpicky on the technicalities of what you said. There are a lot of people that care.
If you want to have a hot girl summer all year round, have a hot girl summer all year round.
I'm gonna use a saying that I say a lot. You do you, boo.
You do you. I'll do me, and we won't do each other. Probably
flew right in front of my face.
Another thing. God, this one was what got me the most with them. Right, the one that made me realize these guys are bonkers. They are bananas. They are absolutely bad shit insane. Who cheats more, men or women? They never answer the question. Still pissed about it. I wanted to know. Okay, I'm a little.
I'm sure there's statistical evidence to an actual answer, but like, I'm not gonna say one way over the other. So
I really don't care. I was just hoping that they would say the answer, so then they could say something else that was stupid, and then I could actually go look up the answer and feel validated.
The answer is Jesus Christ, because Jesus is always the answer.
But they're like, who cheats more, men or women? Men cheat when they have sex with another woman. I was like, okay.
It depends. Yeah. It depends. Are they poly?
I'm going to assume that they don't approve of that lifestyle.
See, okay, if the poly is, I saw this on XC Girls stream the other day. Somebody mentioned it in chat. Poly means consent, and they're right. So like, if everybody's consenting, then that's okay.
Yeah, you're right. It's like the what was that one YouTuber that was in an open relationship with his wife, and then she got mad at him for it? I can't remember.
I don't know
who that YouTuber was.
I was just thinking about the dudes taking L tweet earlier today about the there was a guy who tweeted, my girl had a train ran on her 3 different times while we were together. Love is just that strong and everything like that. Like,
buddy, that's not.
Were you consenting to that? That's the thing.
But they go, women cheat on men when they have sex with another man. I'm like, yeah, okay. Are you going to give me some groundbreaking revelation here?
Yes, and water's wet.
Oh boy, did they give me the ultimate water is wet moment. Because instead of saying water's wet, they said water is posting pictures on Instagram. What? Yes, women cheat when they post promiscuous photos on Instagram, whether it be them in a crop top or in a swimsuit or in God forbid, underwear.
Oh boy! Wait till
it was like they're cheating by seeking attention from other men. It's like, buddy.
Wait till they hear about OnlyFans.
Wait till they hear about fucking Twitch,
they know about OnlyFans. There are actual couples on pornographic sites, so like
they actually have a Twitch channel now, which amazes me that they haven't been banned off of it. Right? They used to do their live streams only on YouTube. They do their podcast live, by the way. They're very proud of their live production quality for this podcast that took them 43 minutes to get to that goddamn point of what they were saying, because they spent the whole time
we've been that way
reading
before,
super chats.
Okay.
They spent the whole time reading super chats. People pay money to have them read their chat. And the whole time the super chats are like, let's do it, 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 let's do it. That's all they're saying. They're like, let's cook this goose, let's talk about this beta male. Yeah, we'll get there. And then they're all like, hey, roll the intro for this course that we have where we're scamming people into giving us money for us to teach them how to get women, a lot of women.
This is
painful. And also be fit.
Can you just this is actually hurting me right now, because
dude, I managed to cringe my way through 3 episodes right up until they got to the phone lines every episode, because that was it for me. I was like, God damn, no, there's no more. Dude, my girlfriend asked in chat if she posts a crop top pic, does that mean she's a cheater? No, it means that I'm a very happy man.
I needed to stop you, because what you said about the whole production side, it's just like, yeah, I get it. Production is hard. Getting something set up is hard, but you have to. I'm. This goes with anything in life. It bothers me so much that it makes me want to bash my head in when something is not pre-planned enough. And
their show feels both super like produced, but also it feels like ours without anybody to stop and think, hey, we're an hour and a half in and we haven't talked about what we said we were going to talk about in the title.
We've done that.
We've done
that, but it's been a rare occurrence.
That tonight we took, I think it was 36 minutes to get to what we were doing, and that's because you said 14 times that we were on Spotify.
We
for every new person that came in.
We got into it actually right around 20 minutes, not even 20, maybe like 10 minutes in. 10 minutes in, technically from when stream started, because it takes about 5 minutes for actually start, because
it takes us a bit to get into anything.
I think
just because
I think about, the people that are coming in and joining in. People aren't going to join in right when you hit start streaming. So like I give that leeway for people to join in. So technically it would have been like 15 minutes into the stream when we started. But like we get to it. We do get to it, but I needed to. Here's the thing. The reason why this episode we took long to get to that is because, one, we weren't on a weekly basis. There were a lot of things that we needed to address from last time. We're, basically it's hey, what's new? It's kind of like if you open up Discord or what other applications do this, like give you a hey, we fixed some things. What's new? Like basically run on what's new. Steam is another one that tells you what's new. Like basically, instead of you having the option, I mean, you do have the option if you're watching this later on YouTube or any podcast platform, you can just skip ahead. But like on Twitch, that is basically Twitch. You don't have that option of just saying, okay, I don't want to read all this. I'm just click the X here and then just get to Steam or get to Discord and everything.
Yeah,
we were just updating you because I feel like it's important to understand, what's going on. I like to be transparent about what's going on.
And that's gonna happen with us. We'll have a lot to get into. People will come into chat and we'll say, hey, that kind of thing.
I think it's very important to be transparent and engaging with the audience, because you want to make it seem like you're a normal person. That's what I've liked about having Dylan Sainer on, having Keith Duncan on, and even Dr. Jordan Sai. People that actually are famous. It brings it closer together, like the gap of like, oh, celebrity versus layman. So like I try to bridge that gap and let people know, let our audience know, hey, this is what we're doing behind the scenes. This is what's changed and everything like that. Because and the reason why you and I address chat is because we want to. Who wants to watch something? An actual with that people. If people want to comment on stuff like that live. We are going to address it, and most of the time we're going to address it. And
it's nice to have a dialogue, a genuine dialogue.
There you go. Thank you for.
And you can't really have a we can't really have a dialogue on a pre-recorded episode, which is part of why I told Jason, I was like, hey, would you, do you have the ability to stream? Could we try and stream this? And he straight up goes, why? I'm like, that, if people want to talk, they can talk. Like, and that's why we'll have random people on. We had my friend AJ on. We had Circle Herc, who's a burner on Twitter on. We've had, and we had multiple people reach out and they were like, hey, I saw your podcast. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. Would you be willing to have me on? It's like, yeah, sure. Everybody deserves to have a voice, no matter how small they are, how tiny their voice might seem. They deserve to have a voice.
I want to refer to a Twitter thread that I remember seeing. One of our guests was on for 4 hours, and there was a comment in that thread that said, I can't believe you were on for 4 hours. And then our guest said, yeah, it definitely didn't feel like it, though. So, I mean, there's that. Like, we've been live we're in 1 minute, we'll be live for 60 minutes. It hasn't felt like 60 minutes.
But like maybe 30.
But that's the whole reason. Like, if you're going to do, I know this is completely off topic from the Alpha Males thing, but I wanted to address this because of how piss poor their production you were talking about is. If you're going to do something like this, you really need to have it all planned out and get your
shit together.
Your platform and what you're trying to accomplish, it's going to vary. But for us, we wanted to make it seem very natural, free-flowing. Script. There's absolutely no script right in front of me. I'm on Twitter right now. Yeah, I mean, Finn's always on Twitter whenever I'm speaking. Because, what important thing to add. This is what's in front of me. It's a microphone that says blue. That's it. So
I'm usually on Twitter when I'm speaking more than when you're speaking, to be fair.
I find that astonishing.
It's crazy, isn't it? But like and it's not that their production quality was poor. It's a very well made podcast, right? They have good mics. They have actual mics made for Shure, that kind of thing.
I forget the actual brand name, Shure or something. Yeah. Professional Shure or studio quality microphones.
Yeah, not like us. We're using streamer mics made for not even streaming, like maybe recording a video.
The microphone that I have used has been advertised as conference call meetings. Put your mic in the center and then everybody around can talk about it because it's omnidirectional.
The one that I got is, it's a cardioid mic with 4 different settings, but the one that I got because it was advertised as probably the highest end solely streamer mic. I was like, yeah. It's not meant for podcasts. It's not meant for all sorts of different things. My voice does not sound great on it.
I'd rather use a $60 mic. Actually, I don't. Yeah, I think mine was like $60 or $70 than $1,000 mic for what we're doing.
I'd rather use this $200 mic, to be fair, but that's partially because I'm able to just.
That is true.
I have a mic arm for those that aren't watching. I have a mic arm.
Yeah, he uses a microphone arm, podcast arm, and I use a tripod that comes with the microphone for mine.
Blue Compass arm. Actually, I would recommend it over their microphones for sure. Super worth the $100. Actually, it's very sturdy, very weighted. It's nice. It's just nice overall. I know for a fact it's not going to fold on me or pop up or anything like that. So it's nice.
That was just I needed to address that production part because I'm a nerd and I'm a nerd in the fact that
you love AV.
I wouldn't say love. I just enjoy with anything in life. I love the inner workings and understanding what goes on behind the scenes. Because I have the engineering mindset. I'm studying to be an engineer, so engineers want to know how things work. I want to know how shows work. I want to know how music is made. So I want to know how sound works. That was just my 2 cents on it. I know I got way off topic, but it was bothering me too much that if you're spending so much time being if you're spending so much time being disorganized, it bothers me.
Yeah, that is a huge thing. And they'll randomly decide hey, show this advertisement for our shit that we're trying to peddle. And if any of you ever see those online courses that are all this will teach you to do this will teach you to do that. This is my course on how I became a millionaire. You know how they became a millionaire? By selling 1 million of these courses.
I hate those.
That course could cost $1, right? He'd sell it to 1 million idiots. in that course, he's just there Fortnite dancing with an L on his forehead, like idiot, because you're an idiot for buying that. People are an idiot, first of all, for trusting these guys with fitness information. I've heard their fitness information. They're like, you have to trick the body. Okay, buddy. You're not wrong, but you're not right. And they're all like, if you do this, you eat like this, you'll get big. It's like, well, you just showed Michael B. Jordan, who's on steroids. So, they're always all like, oh, I'm so, look at me. I'm a great example. You're an average example. If I want a great example, I would start looking at athletes. And like, that's where those people that start to project, right? That start to promise you things in fitness are the ones that you have to look out for. And those are the ones that, like, I always tell people, like, I will never promise you anything. I promise you that I will work as hard as you do. So if you work hard, I will work hard as well. And if we don't see results, I will work my ass off to make sure that we figure out what went wrong.
This is actually a very seamless transition into our advertisement.
Ladies and gentlemen, our advertiser today is Cyclone Strength. Cyclone Strength was a company founded in January of 2021 with only one goal in mind, and that's to help people. Currently, with over a dozen clients that they are helping through online fitness coaching, Cyclone Strength is your one-stop shop for anything that you need when it comes to basic nutrition, basic to advanced fitness, and most importantly, it supports me. You can check us out at www.cyclonestrength.org, or you can find us on Twitter at, what is it, Clone Strength?
I don't remember. I remember you had it wrong.
I don't remember either. I had it wrong one time.
I think it's
at Clone Strength.
I think it's Clone Strength because I remember it was Clone Strong you had, and I would click on it in your profile. It's like the term you entered did not produce any results.
Yeah,
it's like you really got your own business wrong.
Yeah,
the learning curve of being a business owner, though.
I sure did. But yeah, no, I sponsor our podcast. I can actually say that because I have to pay for Buzzsprout now. So
hopefully it's not so much. If it's getting too much, we'll take it off. We'll just take it off, or we'll kill the podcast. We could do that too. That's another problem. Let's get to some news real quickly. The recent news is coming on. So the big news that I could remember today hearing was that Bill Cosby was released from prison on a technicality.
Yesterday.
On a technicality. I don't know the exact details, but there's just some general things. If you really want to know more about it, you can look it up. I'm sure by the time you actually listen to this, there'll be more information released about it. The Trump organization was their CFO was arrested on tax fraud charges. Nice. There was a building collapse in D.C. and also the Miami building collapse that happened recently. They had to call off the search due to fears of a further collapse from that building. Structural integrity was looking to be a little bit compromised. And in other news, sports news, NIL, name, image, and likeness has passed for collegiate athletes, so that takes effect into today, which means that college athletes are now able to be financially compensated for any endorsements that they do. That's all the news that really I have that I feel like is important for today.
People are trying to get Britney Spears' dad to no longer be her conservator.
That's been recent news, yes, too.
Iggy Azalea today releasing a statement saying that her dad has a tendency to make people sign contracts under duress, which is obviously not only scummy, but in some ways illegal. In some cases, I should say, it can be considered illegal. Iggy Azalea was told literally minutes before she went on to perform with Britney on stage that if she didn't sign an NDA, she wouldn't be allowed on stage, which is already a problem. Britney wants to have another kid, but cannot because of the IUD that her conservatorship has made her have. She at one point wasn't allowed to drink certain sodas that she liked.
How old is Britney? Like 40 something?
Yeah, she's in her early 40s, and she's still being controlled by her. And she's
this is
her and her entire her entire $60 million estate is being controlled by her dad.
I know that's messed up. It reminds me, it has some not shades, but inklings, I guess. I can't think of a right word right now, but of parents putting their kids into like talent shows or like beauty pageants or all these other things, and it's like
as inklings of what used to happen with a lot of child actors.
yes.
Parents have control, and suddenly the kids have nothing.
You know the I don't know if you know about this kid, but he's always popular during Black Friday and stuff. He's he does toy reviews. He's like a 4.
Oh, Ryan Toy Reviews.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 10. I want to say.
Is he 10? I didn't know he's that old. What I fear,
he's got deals with Target. He has a show on Nickelodeon.
He has his own
the
products.
kid is worth hundreds of millions of dollars.
What I fear. This is what I fear. I hope he knows what's going on. I hope he knows what's going on. I hope he has control. I mean, he's only 10, yeah, but still, like, once
apparently he's the one who decides who they work with.
Okay, see, that needs to happen. I was very concerned that the parents were doing it, were behind it. I mean, obviously, parents are going to be behind with somebody that young, but I was really getting really scared that if they were forcing this upon him. Like the way I see it is like, oh, Ryan, you're a money making machine. We need you to keep going. Come on. Like, do more. We need more content. That's what I was scared about, because there are plenty of parents that do that.
Yeah, we need more content. I made you some content.
It reminds me of turning their children into factories.
Let's see. So here in chat, we see apparently Britney Spears was forced into the entertainment industry by her parents. Talked about how when she was gonna turn 18, she was gonna be done. And then she had her breakdown before she was 18. I forgot about that.
Was it really
that was so long ago?
That was like early 2000s. That was early 2000s.
I remember that as a kid. Like, that's ingrained in my brain that happened to Britney Spears. But that's nearly 20 years ago. Soon.
Yeah.
Her dad took conservatorship. She remained in the. Conservatorships have been likened to indentured servitude, which is a very tough term, and there is actually a good chance, and doesn't bug me when I say it, just because we're very small, but there's actually a chance that YouTube might hear that term and be like, nope, sorry, this entire 300-minute episode that you just uploaded, that one word we don't like, so sorry. Because that word's not good for advertisers, believe it or not. Talking about slavery and indentured servitude in modern times isn't good for the companies that exploit that. Isn't that crazy?
Sounds like a divisive topic, but you know what? You know what? That's a topic for another day. Point being is, like, I am not an educator, so I am allowed to talk about divisive topics. The point I was making here, we'll get to it some other time. Maybe we'll get. Governor of Iowa passed a legislation to ban teaching and discussing, quote, divisive topics in
such as something that I heard about on the Fresh and Fit podcast today.
Yep.
Apparently,
you cannot discuss or teach these things in preschool, kindergarten, up to 12th grades, high school, and even colleges are barred from teaching this stuff.
Oh shit, well, we're gonna have to get rid of a few majors at Iowa State.
Yeah.
Political science, gone.
Yep.
Journalism and mass communications, gone.
That maybe we'll address that some other day. I don't know, but that's
First Amendment doesn't matter when the government tells you it doesn't, huh?
What were you gonna say? Let's get up.
Oh yeah. Here's a divisive topic that apparently is feminine. Critical race theory.
Feminine or feminism?
Nope, feminine. Critical race theory. So, for those of you that don't know what critical race theory is, I've got it pulled up here, that way I don't get it wrong.
We are not educators, so we are legally entitled to talk about this.
This is the Encyclopedia Britannica definition of critical race theory, okay? It is an intellectual movement and loosely organized framework of legal analysis based on the premise that race is not a natural, biologically grounded feature of the physically distinct subgroups of human beings, but a socially constructed, culturally invented, category that it is used to oppress and exploit people of color. Critical race theorists hold that the law and legal institutions in the United States are inherently racist insofar as they function to create and maintain social, economic, and political inequalities between whites and non-whites, especially African Americans. Now, whether you agree or disagree with the premise behind critical race theory, the important thing is that it is trying to explain to people that while race exists, prejudice against race is not something that is natural. Prejudice against race is something that is taught and learned. Right? Like, you don't see kids in the South just naturally see, a person of color walking down the street and shout out the N-word. No, they get that from their parents, who got it 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 from their parents, who may or may not have been slave owners, depending on if they own land. That's what critical race theory is trying to get across. That, like, things are racist because they chose to be racist, which I think is fair. You don't,
I think there's a little bit of both.
This isn't like being gay.
I think there's a little bit of both. It's both learned and natural. The learned part is saying the N-word. Like, what you were saying about, like, a Southern kid, well, context matters here. We need more specifics. A Southern white kid, going to
not always
a black kid. Well, yeah, okay. Somebody that's a non-black. Let's say non-black person. I hope that's politically correct. I hope so.
Someone who is not African American.
Somebody who's not African American, seeing an African American, and you can go two routes here. One is learned, one can be natural. The learned part is saying the N-word. The natural part is just disliking them because they are different. I think there's a natural. Everybody has a natural thing. Not everybody. Most people. There's in people. There's a natural dislike for. Yeah. Let me rephrase that. In very few people. This isn't a lot of people. In very few people, there's a natural dislike for people that are different. Yeah,
a lot of people, they're at the very least, they're wary. They're prejudiced against people that are different than them, and I think that part's fair. I think that's fair, because, like, if I see somebody who, is speaking a completely different language than me at the mall, I'll be slightly prejudiced towards them. Why? I don't understand their language. I don't know what they're saying. They could be absolutely just putting me through the ringer right now. I don't know. And to me, that's my first thought when that kind of thing happens. Is genuinely like, are they saying something about me? Like, now I'm worried. Now I'm very self-conscious.
There's the natural part of it. The learned part of it is going over to them and calling them the C word. Not the British C word, the Asian C word.
Or, calling them a lot of things, just depending on what they are. Like, here in Nebraska, we see a lot of Hispanics that don't speak English because they find jobs cleaning, or they find jobs working construction jobs that white people aren't taking. There was a meatpacking plant that was shut down in Texas because it turns out that it was all illegal immigrants making less than $1 an hour, and people were like, oh, they're stealing our jobs. Do you want to take that job? Even if it was minimum wage, do you want to work in a meatpacking plant? I've been in them before. They suck. The good ones suck. That's the reason. That's the reason that problem perpetuates. And there's a problem with saying, like, oh, they're taking all our jobs. That's learned. That is a learned thing, to be prejudiced against people for that.
It's learned from South Park, right? That's a joke. That's a joke.
You know what I learned from South Park? That it's okay to joke about AIDS, and it's very close for being timed that we can joke.
Context matters.
About 9/11.
Context
That's
matters
what I learned
here.
from South Park. like 22 and a half years or something like that.
South Park did an episode on illegal immigrants taking jobs, and there was just famous on they took their job. Like they were just making fun of it. They were making fun of it. If people actually learned that they needed to start doing that, like legitimately needed to do that, God help us all. Like God,
I do remember that now. It's one of the newer seasons, so it's not an episode that really stuck out in my mind.
They referenced to it multiple times, so like
it's come back so many times. But it was the Amazon episode actually, was what it was. Yeah, because an Amazon packing plant
it originated further than that.
The Amazon one was the best one. That's the one that I will reference forever.
Yeah, that was a joke on my end, but like I feel like there's actually some people that learned to be that way from South Park, which is not South Park's fault. It really is not. It's not.
If you're stupid enough to take a show that got together 150 Alexas and then said, "Hey Alexa, say poopy shit cock."
And it's actually, they have a disclaimer at the beginning of every episode saying it's a work of satire. So,
But I learned today that we're going about critical race theory all wrong. That we're fighting racism wrong because we're fighting it femininely.
How did the alphas explain this?
It was their guest on the show. He goes, "We're thinking about it with emotions. We need to think about it with numbers." You ever see Oprah crying about being depressed? You ever see Jay-Z crying about being depressed? Jay-Z once shot his own cousin. Okay? He was 12. That's why he became a rapper.
Is this true? I really don't know if it is.
Yeah. Sean Carter shot his own cousin because he was drug running. Jay-Z was drug running, not his cousin.
Okay.
And so he shoots his cousin because his cousin like threatened to, I think, like tell someone about it. He was like, "Nah," dude, and shoots him. And then he's like, "Oh shit, I just shot my own cousin." And then he decides to become a rapper. You know, and like you are not, like Jay-Z and I are not in the same vein. We are not the same. You and Jay-Z are not the same.
Not even
you're out here talk about how you're like, no, not you even. Like none of us and Jay-Z are the same. These fucking alphas are busy running around whining about how the social justice warriors are all in their chat, and they're always coming after him. You know, they come after Jay-Z too. And you know what Jay-Z does? Nothing. He's a millionaire who owns his own record label that his wife Beyonce is on. He's married to Beyonce. You think that Jay-Z cares?
I think there's two big things there. One, he doesn't care. Two, he knows that alphas only want attention. So like if he gets, because here's the thing with people, with this isn't just alphas, primarily with alphas, but like this is, I'm going to call them clout chasers. They want any interaction from some famous person, and they think they're big now.
Yeah. I'm pretty big. I have 2 verified followers.
There's got to be some sort of mental disorder or some mental working about it that some psychologist and somebody more qualified than us can dissect and explain to us. Yeah. Hopefully sometime we can have XC Girl again on sometime. She is actually a graduate. She technically is a psychologist. She has a degree in psychology. She's a graduate student studying social work.
Hey, have fun playing Smite, dear. I love you, and I'll talk to you later, I think. But no, it's crazy. It's crazy to me. My girlfriend just said goodbye in chat for anybody listening on Spotify. But it's crazy that he was saying that. I was like, Oprah's not gonna whine about being depressed. You know what Oprah's gonna do? She's gonna go to fucking therapy, dude, because she's a billionaire. She will go to therapy because she's not fucked up here like you are, dude. They're all like, "Oh, rich black people never talk about being depressed. I wonder why. Probably because they're a little bit smarter than you, huh?
What I'd also like to know or like to point out here is like, why is it anybody's business as to if somebody is like, why don't we hear them talking about being depressed? Why does it matter to anybody? Why should we care as individuals, as a general public? Why should we care if somebody's not talking about like, they haven't talked about being depressed yet? It's like, not everybody's gonna be depressed. Not everybody's gonna want to talk about being depressed. It's not like we have to have like the meme is like, oh, mom, it's just a phase. Like, not everybody's gonna be that way. It's not like I feel like we don't need to be panicking. Like, this dude's 60 years old. He hasn't had his breakdown yet. Like, what's going on?
Like it's what.
I don't know, something with I don't know if it's cord or something with my audio input, but
I think you just like.
Sorry about that.
I saw your cord move.
I don't know. Sometimes it I don't know what's happened in the past weeks that's done that. But anyway,
like he was talking about how like, well, we always talk about oh God, we never talk about the GDP of black people. We always talk about how they're $1 trillion the market share. But
what?
Apparently black people are worth $1 trillion to the free market.
I feel like I need an economist to fact check that.
That's not an incredible amount.
I don't know. So, I don't know economics.
We have do white people bring to the market?
Did you really just Google what do white people bring to the market?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. It's pretty easy to see.
As a person of color, what white people bring to no, I'm gonna go in there.
You know what white people bring to the market? They bring a lot of money. Because most of the millionaires in America are white. Most of the billionaires in America are white. Not every athlete is as lucky as Floyd Mayweather Jr. and could be worth $400 million, huh?
Well, he's smart too.
Kind of. I mean, he made $100 million on his worst fight.
It's smart.
I like how he was all like, it was fake. You didn't have judges, bud. We know it wasn't a true fight.
He's smart by booking all those fights because he knows people are going to want to buy those fights.
Actually, I think his most bought fight was still Pacquiao.
Pacquiao Mayweather was probably the biggest one. And you know what he did that? He threw like 3 punches.
I hate how Pacquiao was injured. I hate how Pacquiao was injured. And Mayweather was all like, oh yeah, I haven't done this since I was 19 trading. And then Pacquiao comes out after the fight. He was like, yeah, I really shouldn't have taken this. I was injured.
Mayweather's built different. He's built different. He's smart.
Mayweather's not that good of a boxer, but he was smarter than most others.
By saying built different, I mean he's smart. He is economically smart.
They put so much like pressure on being undefeated, but it's like he's 51-0. 2 of his fights were against non-boxers, and he counts them as wins. And then he says one was fake. Okay, does that one count as a win? Well, he says it does. He's 51-0. He says.
Let's not go down that rabbit hole right now.
But they're talking about all of this, and they're all like, we're trying to fight racism with emotion. Buddy, riots don't start because people are mad about how much money they make. That's called a strike. And that did happen a lot. A lot of black people actually participated in strikes because a lot of black people were treated very unfairly. It's true. It's true. White people did strike.
Look at the 80s. Look at the 80s during Reagan administration.
But it's like riots aren't because of money. Strikes are because of money, typically. Riots are caused by injustice. Mm-hmm. Injustice in the form of, I don't know, maybe a black man getting killed by a knee on his neck, or a no-knock search warrant going into the wrong apartment and then shooting 2 people.
My belief is riots happen because the tension and the anger just boils over. The patience for all of this has run out. So people are angry. People are angry. So,
and you can solve the problem objectively. That's fine. But saying, look at money, something that you preach about all the time as an alpha is that guys make a lot of money. And if you don't make a lot of money, don't confide in your girl that maybe you're worried about your financial situation for that month. Only the guys, because the girl will leave you because you're no longer her sense of safety and security in a relationship. It's like, okay. So you think about money the same way that you think about women. it's a commodity, not it's a commodity.
So how can you summarize all of this, everything that we talked about?
So I'll summarize it like this.
Can you do it in one sentence? That's what I would like to know. Is it possible? You don't have to. I'm just saying, is it possible?
No, I can't.
Yeah.
It stinks.
So there you go.
I'll summarize it like this. Don't listen to people who claim that they know the secret. And it's as simple as that. There is no secret to anything. You can Google how to get girls. You'll find just as much success as with them. Yeah, I mean, it's better than nothing. It's better than listening to them.
True.
You can Google how to get more fit. That's fine. You can talk to people who say that their job is fitness. There's not a job of getting girls. Trust me. If somebody says that there is, they probably have referred to women as some kind of animal at some point.
Pretty sure it's called a pimp.
Well, pimp or a pickup artist. I would prefer the pimp. At least the pimp will respect the women a little bit more. They'll pay them.
Yes.
It's a little more respectful than a pickup artist.
They'll pay them with actual monetary benefit and not just emotional abuse and distress.
Yeah. Like the best way to pick up a girl straight up would be like, you go up, you have a guy with you, right? You go up, you talk to a girl. If you end up having a good conversation, there you go. Hey, there you go. Okay. Your friend comes over and he whispers something in your ear. And he goes, hey, it was really nice talking to you. I'd like to get your number. I got to go here, but I'd like to get your number, your Snapchat or something, and then if she's into it, you exchange, boom, there you go. Look at that. Look at that, guys. It's something that's not going to have girls leaving the bar because of you.
So what's the takeaway from alpha males then? What did you take away from this? And what's the lesson that you feel like everybody should, from alpha males? Avoid them, listen to them, go down that rabbit hole like you did?
Definitely avoid them entirely. I would say just avoid anybody that's all like, yeah, so I'm here to help guys improve themselves. Nope, no thanks.
By the way, I'm not asking for myself. I already know what the answer is. I'm asking for anybody that doesn't really know.
Stay away. Just stay away. Just stay away for sure. Don't even try. I went down the rabbit hole because I'm somebody who is already in a committed relationship. I already have what I need for my career really going for me. I don't need to feel more like a man, really. I'm good. Like,
why do you think alpha males exist? I want to end with that. Why do you think alpha males exist?
An inherent lack of confidence in themselves, and so they over project what they think that they need to be, because what they were wasn't good enough for the women that they wanted. So they decide that they're going to be the exact opposite because they think that that's what women want because their former self was rejected. That's what alpha males are. That's why they are.
This would be a really interesting topic to discuss further with an actual psychologist. This would be, because I am deeply interested and invested in the scientifical, and I want to hear it from another more
scientifical.
I want to hear it from a more qualified viewpoint.
Scientifical.
Did I say scientifical?
Yeah.
I did say that. Okay, if I said scientific,
And you're going to be a scientificist someday,
I am
huh?
going to be a scientificist. Because I have smarticles.
But yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, the summer's just about over, which means that season 3 will
Talking
soon
about
be
summer
upon
just
us.
started like a week ago.
Sorry, the summer break will be over soon, which means that season 3 will very soon be upon us, and I'm very excited because season 3 we've got a lot planned. I've got a lot planned.
I'm still working on figuring out who I want to bring on.
We've got a lot of plans. I've got quite a few people that I've been talking to about coming on. There's just absolutely a lot. Anyway, you can find us. We're going to wrap up right here. It's season 2.5, so we're not going to do final thoughts. It's, we're still getting the feel for everything right here. I think with how the audio only version is going to be. But we're going to wrap up right here by saying, ladies and gentlemen, thank you if you tuned in live at twitch.tv/crunchbar33. Thank you. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you. If you're listening to this on any of the many, many platforms that we're on, Spotify, Apple, we're going to be on Apple soon enough.
Not yet. Not Apple yet.
Not yet.
That's again.
Right. We're on Amazon. We're on Pandora. We're on Stitcher. We're on Deezer. We're everywhere.
Finn's handling the back end right there.
But make sure that you follow J_Wrangle33 on Twitter. Make sure that you follow at you Underqualified. Make sure that you follow Austin J. Roberts on Twitter. And yeah, let's see. We have the Discord link available as a command, right?
Not yet. Or actually, we might try it out. It should be > Discord. Okay, we do have it.
All right, make sure that you join our Discord. The link is a lot of places. It'll be on our Twitter. It'll be on my Twitter. It'll be on, the Twitch stream all the time. It's on Jason's Twitter, I think, a couple of times. If not, I'll make him.
It's definitely on Skeedap's Twitch too. So if you want to check out his streams, because Finn does his own streams, it's at Skeedap TV on Twitch, not Twitter. Twitch. Actually, are you on Twitter too? I don't know. I don't know if you are. So, yeah. The streaming side. So,
yeah. So I have a streaming Twitter at Skeedap TV. Named Finn. And then my Twitch is Skeedap TV. I'm trying to hit affiliate before September. That way I can do a charity live stream. I want to hit affiliate. That way I can do it as a subathon to try and keep it going as much as possible. Give 100% of all the proceeds.
I can guarantee you that Skeedap promises not to fart in the mic before or while you subathon. So
that's true. I will do it the night after.
That's a lovely thought.
But the biggest thing about that is actually, folks, it's going to be huge. I'm going to have multiple things to give away that would entice Iowa and Iowa State fans. Might try for some Nebraska stuff. Anybody that's in my audience, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to be doing my absolute best to get stuff to give away. And with that, this has been episode 25 of Untitled Underqualified Podcast. Anyway, roll clones.
And roll credits. We hope to see you next time. Bye-bye. Have a good night.